Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to my channel, Spirit to Dowsey. I'm Dowsey LeMay. Thank you to my YouTube family here, my community, and for everyone else who has been following me on my other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest here. Appreciate the love and support as I continue here on my spiritual journey, and hopefully everything I put out here resonates with you. And if it doesn't, like I always say, please use your own discernment, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Also, if you're new, please subscribe. I appreciate the continued love and support, and hopefully these videos help you. All right, gentle reminder, my book is out, Becoming the Creator, A Practical Guide to Spirituality and Connection. This is my 188-page memoir of me going on a spiritual inward journey to find more peace and love, enjoying my life by integrating my childhood traumas and working with my spiritual guides to develop a step-by-step practical practice and chock full of exercises to help you as a creator step into your own power and find more peace and love enjoying your path. All right, you can find that on most online retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, etc. And if you buy it, thank you for your love and support. All right, so let's get into the meat of our video here, the December energy update 2021. I can't believe that we are already through the 2021 in here in December. It seems like this year has gone by extremely fast, given the fact that we've been dealing with the ultra uber difficult energies of the numerology of 5, which is all about change, right? That momentum change that we had coming out of the numerology of 4 of last year, that has really caused a lot of us to go on a inward journey, catalyze us to really look at ourselves as we are shifting things around. And that is going to be no different here in December. Except for December, this month, the numerology is going to be around a 3. 3 is about more of a social, friendly, go-lucky energy, right? Dealing with our social environment. And with that being said, I feel like a lot of shifts are going to come through the social networks that we have, right? That's our coworkers, the work relationships that we have, our family and our relationships. Feels more of a positive energy rather than a negative energy. So I want to think about a lot more of the inspirational, creative energy that wants to be expanded somewhere else, right? A lot of the things that we're going to be dealing with is going to be within the mind around inspirational and creativity. That social energy is going to be shifting around because within us, the creativity and inspiration that we desire wants to be expanded somewhere else. So that necessarily, what that means via the law of attraction and via the mirror of our reality is as we look at expanding our energy elsewhere, new opportunities, new jobs, new relationships, etc., right? Our social network must shift around to reflect the energetic vibration of which we are desiring to expand from, that is around inspiration, creativity somewhere else than what we have been used to, all right? So think about that as you go forward for this month and you're listening in this video, because some of the astrological things and astronomy things that are going to be aiding some of that energy is the solar eclipse that we're having December 4th. The solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So what this does in most eclipse, it highlights, it draws out via like a massage right against you, pulling something out, the undertoning of what we normally would see. What we wouldn't see is being dragged out of us to be seen. So this solar eclipse in Sagittarius, as the moon, right, goes between us and the sun, casts a shadow onto the earth. So what we see is a darkness that comes up or a shadow aspect that comes up. And this is really about change within us. This is about us desiring change and new opportunities, right? So something about us wants to be seen differently, whether it be change with our job, change with our relationship, change about who we are as a person and the beliefs that we have that wants to align with our highest good, right? Perhaps it's something to deal with, I want to see myself in more balance. I want to feel better about my body. So you want to do a new opportunity of dealing with a workout regimen, right? Or maybe that your job doesn't sit with you anymore and you find new opportunities to do something else, that your inspiration and creativity is being is begging for you or calling for you, or your higher state of being is calling for you to spend your energy elsewhere. So that energy is going to be highlighted, and that's going to send a lot of us inward to make those changes so that we can have inspiration, creativity outlets that are for our highest good reflected in the social network. This will also be aided by the winter solstice. The winter solstice is about marking the beginning of the winter, and like the cycles of the earth and the cycles of which we go through. We have, we have growth and retraction. We have this is a time period in the winter of reflection, right? An inner reflection as the days get shorter, or is the shortest, and the least amount of light, and the nights are longer, and there's more darkness around. Inward, right? Symbolism for us to go inward and look at and reflect upon the shadows that we have. That's going to help with the solar eclipse in Sagittarius that we're dealing with, highlighting these aspects of us that's coming out, looking to be changed, and having our inspiration and our creativity spent elsewhere. All right? Keep that in mind as we go forward for the rest of the month. A lot of this is in the mind. A lot of this is inward to understand what I believe in, where I want to spend my creativity, where I align with, what are my beliefs, etc. In the head, in the mind, questioning the things that you are relating to the social environment in which you are existing up until this point. All right? So the overall thought, the overall image and energy I want you to be thinking about here as we go through this month is like you're climbing a staircase, and that the journey is almost near completion, right? We are almost where we want to go. We are almost through the changing environment of the 5 of the 2021. We are at the last few steps. You can see it. But at the end of the steps, what you're seeing is a time of doubt and fear upon which you are walking upon to get to your goals. The sun that has been your goal is now being overcasted by a moon, and it's shining a darkness within you. It's really important for us in this time to really grasp, dig down deep, and rally. Stay strong. Find the energy of which you align with when you saw your goals and who you are, because that's going to help you through a lot of the shifting new opportunities that are going to present yourself this month. I say that because what's going to happen is many of you guys are being pushed upon in terms of your relationships, in terms of your jobs, and the things, perhaps situations you've been dealing with up until this point. It's going to feel like it's a dead-end road. What you need to do is to figure out a way to pack your bags and move forward. The things that you have been attached to, the things that are not healthy for you, things that you thought were good for you and up to this point are just leading you to more frustrations and anger and pain and hurt and emotionally triggering for you, it's just going to be stagnation and ill health, right? It's just going to lead to disease, disharmony, dissonance within your energetic field, and your creativity and your energy and your inspiration wants to be used somewhere else, right? It's time to start anew and stop trying to hold on to something that you thought was good for you but no longer serves you, right? A job which is no longer fulfilling who you are, and you're really being called to do something different. But because of your attachment to the job and because it feels comfortable, you're not going to leave. But every day it gets harder and more difficult for you to get through the day. A relationship that you're holding on to because you think it provides you the potentials of what it was before, but it's not, etc. This is what I'm talking about, right? It is time for you to kind of cut the cord and move forward, because if you don't, you're going to be stagnated. It's going to cause disease. It's going to cause disharmony. And it's not going to be pretty for you. All right? That sensation, if you're feeling like you're stuck in that space, I want to let you know that many of you guys from a practical end and a spiritual end are going to feel like you're at a plateau. You're at a place where you're like, I don't know how to move forward. I've exhausted all my options on how to look at this particular thing, and I'm looking for knowledge. I'm looking for a way to break this, or I'm looking for a way to go from this to that, but you just don't have the know-how. This month is going to bring a lot of that energy out, and you're going to be desiring, calling forth via the your source connection to the universe that says, I desire inspiration, creativity somewhere else. And so what that means is that you may be calling forth a teacher, a mentor, a guiding light to help you break through that process, to help you move out of that plateau into something that is in better alignment for your creativity, your inspiration, and that could be reflecting in your social environment, right? Your relationships change around because something new needs to come in to help you move forward, to help you overcome something. So I would recommend that you be open to your heart, open your heart, allow the universe to bring what it needs to bring to you, whether it be relationships, book, things that just make you joyful, make you feel passionate about it, right? Have something that rejuvenates your energy, whether it be a class, take a yoga class, take a class that helps you teach something, whatever it is, something in that aspect of learning or finding knowledge will help bring in the key to the situation of what you're dealing with, and perhaps give you clarity in the mind on how to go forward so that you can expend your energy, your creativity, and your spiritual inspiration in a new way that is better alignment with what you want. Because the reason I say that, you're going to need to find that the things that help you keep keep you rallied, keep you energized, etc. And through these new classes, is because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the social world. The collective aspect that we are dealing with is going to be reflected pretty heavily this month. I say that because, again, this is a numerology of 3. We're dealing with the social network here. We're going to see big events, I feel, that are going to happen with political stuff, maybe social justice stuff, maybe having to do financial, who knows. But on the collective side, in the realms of which we are dealing with as a relationship to the whole, is going to mimic back a lot of things that could trigger you. I say that as well as to what we may see from a physical standpoint relating to Mother Earth. We and Mother Earth are one of the same. And so when we individually, because we are all adding to the collective and we are all part of Gaia herself, when we are moving through our own energy and we're dealing with the shifting energies within us, that itself is mirrored back through us, which Gaia is going through the same. Gaia, I feel, is going through some massive shifts as well as she integrates aspects of her own consciousness, if you will, and awakenings to the truth of who she is. That leads us to having more weather-related patterns that seem an aberration to what we normally have had. Bigger storms, more intense storms, more extreme patterns, as well as earthquake and shaking. So the vibrational state of which she is trying to awaken to, herself, is shaking that free, much like ourselves, right? We are moving to another desire or state of being, and our inspiration or creativity is asking us to go somewhere else, and that requires us to shake up some of the old stuff that we've held on to move forward in alignment with what we want. So this month is going to be a positive spin on what we're dealing with, because it's all about these new opportunities, which our inspiration and our creativity within our mind is looking to be expanded somewhere else. The problem is that it's going to drive us to make some fairly big changes within our reality, especially around the social relationship parts of our world. Job, relationships, romantic or non-romantic, family, etc., or situations that we are co-creating with somebody that don't serve us, that require us to look at ourselves and say, it's time for us to let these things go. It's time for us to release these things and to move forward in better alignment. So I hope that energy update helps you. If you guys have any questions, you know where to reach me. Feel free to reach out to me, and I love you. We'll say goodbye for now. Talk to you soon.